Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. It's from Canto 2, Chapter 10, and this morning we're doing text 22. We're very fortunate to have Her Grace Madhavi Gaurangi from ISKCON, Philadelphia, to give the class. Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
And it's all yours.
Yeah. Prabhuji, I thought today we are doing the presentation on Nityananda Prabhu, because today is the appearance of Nityananda.
Okay. If that's what
Prabhu.
you're prepared for, please do that. I'll
I
change.
mean, I can
That's
speak
fine.
on this.
I'm not. Huh? Say it again. Sorry.
I was saying I can speak on the verse too if you want, but that's what I spoke with Madhavi.
I went by what was on the schedule, and it said that. That's why I put
Yes,
that on
that's
there.
true.
But we'll always defer to what the speaker wants to talk about. There's no question about that. So I can change all of that to suit what you want to do. No
Okay.
problem at all.
So
Yeah.
because it's the scheduled verse, I will take this and then I will start the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. I will do both.
Okay, because I was going to take it off now. I was actually going to take this verse off. Stop sharing. What do you want to do?
I can start with the verse, Prabhuji.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Mhm.
Hare Krishna. So should I start, Prabhu? Shall I
Yes.
start, Prabhuji? Okay.
Yeah. When I announce you, you just start.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jane Vallabha Girivare Dhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jane Vallabha Girivare Dhari Yashodanandana Vraj Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraj Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Sharad Bihari Radha Sharad Bihari Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jayom Vishnupad Paramhans Parivjakacharya Ashtotar Shat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayom Vishnupad Paramhans Parivjakacharya Ashtotar Shat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन धाम की जय गंगा मई की जय जमुना माई की जय तुलसीमती भक्तिमती तुलसी महारानी की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiriye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today, a very, very happy appearance day of Nityananda Prabhu. So I'm going to talk over on this verse, as well as I'm going to speak a little bit about the appearance or the glories of Sri Nityananda Ram. Today is a very, very auspicious day. So today we are reading from Canto 2nd, chapter 10, verse number 22nd. This is the verse of the day. So I'm going to recite this verse. bodhyamānasya ṛṣibhir ātmanas jighṛkṣataḥ karṇau ca nirabhidyetāṁ diśaḥ śrotraṁ guṇa-grahaḥ. Anyone would like to?
bodhyamānasya ṛṣibhir ātmanas jighṛkṣataḥ karṇau ca nirabhidyetāṁ śrotraṁ guṇa-grahaḥ. Hare Krishna. Let's see what's happening.
ṛṣibhir ātmanas jighṛkṣataḥ karṇau ca nirabhidyetāṁ diśaḥ śrotraṁ guṇa-grahaḥ.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
I'm so sorry, Prabhuji. I think my laptop just something happened. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. You got bumped up slightly, so
Yeah.
we've finished preaching,
Reciting. Okay.
reciting. Yes.
Okay. Synonyms: bodhyamānasya, desiring to understand; ṛṣibhir, by the authorities; ātmanas, the supreme being; tat, that; jighṛkṣataḥ, when he desired to take up; karṇau, the ears; ca, also; nirabhidyetāṁ, became manifested; diśaḥ, the direction of the god of air; śrotraṁ, the power of hearing; guṇa-grahaḥ, and the objects of hearing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
By development of the desire of the great sages to know the ears, the power of hearing, the controlling deity of hearing, and the objects of hearing became manifested. The great sages desire to hear about the self. Purport. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, by advancement of knowledge, one should try to know the Supreme Lord, the summum bonum of everything. Knowledge does not mean knowledge only of the laws of nature or physical knowledge, which are working by the direction of the Lord. The scientists are eager to hear about the physical laws working in material nature. They are eager to hear through the medium of radio and television about things taking place far away from them on other planets. But they should know that the power of hearing and instruments for hearing were given to them by the Lord for hearing about the self or about the Lord. Unfortunately, the power of hearing is misused in hearing the vibrations of mundane affairs. The great sages were interested in hearing about the Lord through Vedic knowledge and nothing more. That is the beginning of oral reception of knowledge. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Va Padantikam Vande Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhuva evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam this morning. So we are reading from our Canto 2nd, and this Canto 2nd is a very informative canto, gives us so many beautiful descriptions of the creation, how the creation is happening sequentially. And because we are on the almost the last, this is the last chapter, and this last chapter is describing so many things. And we have already seen in this particular chapter, this chapter, how the 10 important characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam has been described at the very start of the chapter. And also, we have read about the 10 characteristics, 10 topics. And then we proceeded further, and Sarga, the creation of the Virat Rupa, has been explained. And in this particular Sarga, or that means the creation of the primary creation by Garbhodakshai Vishnu, has been explained in this particular chapter. And in this shloka, which is shloka number 22nd, right? We are doing shloka number 22nd, yes. So this particular shloka is talking about the sense organ, which is ear. How the creation process is happening. So when the Virat Rupa, or the Bhagwan, and the Virat Rupa, it is desiring to do something, and that is going to produce a gross sense organ. Gross sense organ when he desires. And this gross sense organ has a subtle sense organ attached to it, and also the controlling deity for that particular sense. So this particular verse 22nd today is talking about the desire of the Lord to hear. So to understand himself through Vedic sound, Lord wanted to hear. And when Lord wanted to hear, then the gross sense organs, ears, got generated. Ears got generated, and also the subtle sense organ, which is śrotraṁ, subtle sense organ also generated. And what is the subtle object of the gross sense organ? Ear, sound, and ether also combined, is given to all these gross sense organs. Now these gross sense organs, they are popping up in principle, in element from the Virat Purusha, and these elements are going to become the part of the human form of life or any other species in this material world. But who is the main originator? The originator is Bhagwan himself. Bhagwan is the originator of all these sense organs. So that's the basic point of this particular verse. Let me just pull the verse out in my system so that I can refer to the verse. Just give me a second.
Do you want me to pull it back up?
I just wanted to refer about point 10.
Well, while talking to you, I'm also making you co-host. So if you want to do anything with the Chananda part, you can pull up whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So yeah. So here, by the development of the desire of the great sages to know, because the sound is the only thing through which we can understand things, even in this mundane world. Even in this mundane world, through hearing, we can understand. The example has been given that, when the little child start going to the school, he learned ABCD, how he learned to write words ABCD after listening from the teacher. After listening that this particular letter alphabet is called A and then B, and that's how after hearing the writing is possible, and after writing, reading is possible only through the sound vibration. Now, Srila Prabhupada in the purport is mentioning that there are two kinds of sound vibration. One is material and other is transcendental sound vibration. Now, this living entity who is bound up in this material conditioning, this living entity is continuously harassed by the material sound vibration. There is so much sound vibration which is going on around in our own surrounding. And this material and this living entity, after getting the covering of illusion, ignorance from Maya, from the external energy of the Lord, this living entity who is bound up in this material world, this living entity is again and again is this living entity again and again is hearing this material sound. And this material sound is what is the reason for this living entity to get bound up in this material world, in this cycle of samsara. And what kind of sound is going to liberate this living entity? The transcendental sound, the sound vibrations from the scriptures, from the bhakti literature. And that's why hearing is the most important limb of bhakti. That's why it has been given that Shravanam is the most important limb of bhakti. And by hearing, we can develop our love for the Supreme Lord. The Super Soul, Paramatma, is sitting in the heart of each and every living entity. But how to manifest that fact that the Super Soul is sitting in our heart? Only when we hear from Bhakti scriptures, only when we understand our relationship with the Supreme Lord, when we hear the pastimes of the Supreme Lord through the scriptures, and through the mouths of great devotees, and who are coming into the disciplic succession. When we hear, then only we get to know about the relationship, and we can revive our relationship which has been lost due to the ignorance which is covering our consciousness. So hearing is very important, and this particular text 22 of Canto 2nd, chapter number 10 is talking about that particular sense organ, hearing, ear through which we can hear. In Garud Puran, it has been explained that this living entity is sleeping in the lap of Maya, just like it is bitten by a venomous snake. And in traditional India, when somebody is bitten by a venomous snake, there are certain kind of mantras which were being recited, and with the sound vibration. The cure, that was the antidote. That cure used to happen. And similarly, Garud Puran is saying the sound vibration is so important. And what kind of sound vibration? The transcendental sound vibration, to take this living entity out of the circle of material universe. Very, very important. And every living entity is looking for what? what the constitutional position of the living entity, of every living being, is that they are looking for pleasure, for happiness, and the nature of the soul is such idananda, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss, and full of ecstasy. Therefore, the heart of every living being is constantly seeking for that particular rasa. Rasa means that taste which a living entity can derive, the eternal taste, which one comes in the life of a living entity and never goes. And that eternal taste is ananda, real ananda, which this living entity is seeking for. And therefore, Lord is sending scriptures. He is sending saintly people. And when it is not enough, the Lord himself descends into this world. And today is the day when Nityananda Prabhu, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He descended in this world to distribute Prema Bhakti. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he descended in this world. He appears by his own causeless mercy in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing the internal and external reasons for Mahaprabhu to descend. And one of the external reason is to give that Vraja Bhakti, that Prema Bhakti to all the race of humanity. And not only to humanity, even to birds, insects, animals, dogs, tigers, everybody. Because Bhakti Yoga is the only yoga to whom anybody can get access to. And how the insects, tigers, birds, they get access to Bhakti Yoga? By eating Krishna Prasadam, by listening to the holy names of the Lord. And that's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the most beneficent, merciful, and magnanimous of all the incarnations, he came. And he without any consideration, who is fit, who is not fit, he distributed the mercy of Lord freely to everybody. That Prema Bhakti, which is very difficult to attain. It is sudurlabha, very, very difficult to attain. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended himself to give that precious jewel of bhakti to everybody. And Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being a sannyasi, he gave that bhakti to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He gave that bhakti to Prakashananda Saraswati, to all the people of high class, high intellectual class. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refuted the philosophy of Mayavad so many times and converted the Mayavad philosophers into the devotees of the Lord. But there were so many sinful people at that point of time. Even now also, there are people who have so much sinful tendencies. And they were not ready to even take the love of Godhead from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So for those people, for those persons who were very much attached to the fallen sinful activities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ordered Nityananda Prabhu to preach them. And he ordered Nityananda Prabhu, whose appearance day is today, to go door to door and ask them to please chant the names of Hari. To please chant the names of Hari. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Now, what is the identity of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? Let's just see that. So I am shifting from the verse to 10:22, which says that hearing, the important ear is the most important limb of the body, and the hearing is the most important limb of bhakti. And how by hearing the transcendental sound vibration, which includes the description of the Lord, of the activities of the Lord, because it can manifest that dormant love which is there in our heart for the Supreme Person. After understanding the activities, the leelas, the pastimes which the Supreme Lord perform. Many times when we are distressed, when we are not everything is going against our will in this world. We think, does God exist? Does God care? Even if he exists, does he care about me? So we can see the merciful, magnanimous nature of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who was begging door to door, knocking the door, begging, please chant the name of Hari. Please don't waste the human form of life. Please don't waste. He used to roll in the dust, and tears used to flow from his eyes, begging from the people of this age of Kali Yuga to not to waste this human form of life. Please chant the names of Hari. Please chant the names of Hari. So, what is the identity of Nityananda Prabhu today? Where, as I already said, that very, very auspicious day of Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day. So it is being described by Narottama Das Thakur in his very popular song, Vrajendra Nandana Yei Sachi Sutta Haile Sei Balaram Haila Nitai, Balaram Haila Nitai. Narottama Das Thakur is saying, and also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying in Chaitanya Charitamrita, given to us by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He is saying that the beautiful divine son of Sri Nanda Maharaj, Lord Gopal, he has appeared in this age of Kali Yuga in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Balaramaji, who is his eternal associate, his elder brother, he who is his constant companion in all his pastimes, he has appeared as Lord Nityananda. Now, let's just look into the spiritual world. The spiritual world has so many Vaikuntha planets. The topmost planet is Goloka. And this Goloka is the planet, and this Goloka has been divided into 3 parts. And what are those 3 parts? These 3 parts are Gokula. These 3 parts are Gokula, Mathura, and Dwarka. And this Gokula, the part Gokula, can also be known by different names. And whatever I am explaining today is mostly coming from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter number 5, entitled The Glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So there, Sri Krishnadas Goswami is explaining about the spiritual world. That this Goloka is, this Gokula is given, this Gokula is given so many names. Some of the names are Vrindavana, Vraja, Shwetadipa, and also Goloka. So, this Goloka is the place where Bhagavan Shri Krishna, in his original form as a cowherd boy, resides. Now, Bhagavan Shri Krishna need to assist himself in his own pastimes. So, there is a first expansion which comes out from his body, and that expansion is called Balaramji. Now, Balaramji is the second body of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and he has all the potencies, all the powers. He is Bhagavan himself, Balaram. This morning I was listening to Srila Prabhupada, and he was explaining very wonderfully that the word Balram means spiritual strength. So this the incarnation or expansion from Lord Sri Krishna, Balaramji, is assisting Bhagavan in every possible way. He is the assistant. Sometimes I heard that Prabhupada said that he is a servitor Bhagavan. But Sri Balaramaji, Bhagavan Krishna, he himself become Balaram in order to assist himself in his own pastimes. So Balaramji is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And through Balaramji, there are other expansions which are happening in the spiritual world. The first 4 types of expansion, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And from that Sankarshana, who is called Mool Sankarshana, other Narayana descends, or Narayana get expanded, or from Narayana the other Chaturvyuha got expanded. And this second Chaturvyuha is Vasudev, Mahasankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And from this Mahasankarshan comes our karṇau Vishnu, who is the first Paramatma feature in this for this material creation. So Balaramji is Nityananda Ram is the same Balaram, is exactly the same Balaram. It's like Balaramji is coming as an avadhut in this Kali Yuga to assist the pastimes of his dear eternal brother and Bhagavan companion Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Same Balaramji is coming. So Nityananda Prabhu is none other than Balaram. And Nityananda Prabhu expand himself into 4 forms to assist Bhagavan Krishna. And what are these four forms? These 4 forms are karṇau Vishnu, garbhodakshaya Vishnu, shirodakshaya Vishnu, and Anantasesh. In order to maintain this whole universe. And it has also been given that Supreme Balram or Nityananda Ram is the supreme shelter of all the jivas, all the living entities in this material world. He is the shelter. Karṇau Vishnu, Mahavishnu, who is the first Vishnu, he is the shelter of all the conditioned jivas. And Balaram or Nityananda Ram in the spiritual world, he is the shelter of all the liberated souls. So he is the shelter of all the jivas. So Nityananda Ram is that epitome of compassion who came in a very sublime mood. Although he is the personality of Godhead, but he took the most humble position in order to satisfy Lord Gaurasundar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavan Avatar. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to claim the most fallen and sinful of all living beings. But even the most simple people, Jagai and Madhavi, who were not ready to take the names of Bhagwan, it was the mercy of Lord Sri Nityananda Prabhu that they became Vaishnavas, they became devotees. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the most magnanimous avatar. He is the most merciful to give the love of Godhead without thinking that who is fit, who is not fit. But Nityananda Prabhu, he is even extending it further. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to intelligent class, but Nityananda Ram, although he was an avadhut, but he was being ordered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to get married. And he got married. And after that, and even before that, he preached the names of Hari. He preached the names of Hari. Just like Lord Lakshmana, in Ramalila, Lord Lakshmana, he was assisting Lord Ramachandra throughout. Throughout, he was assisting Lord Ramachandra. And he was taking so much suffering on his own body just to serve Lord Rama. Similarly, Lord Nityananda Ram, who is the same Lakshmana, he was taking the entire suffering of preaching Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hari, the names of Hari, to the common general masses, even at the expense of getting hurt by the sinful people. That's who Lord Nityananda is. Now let's just discuss about the birth and childhood of Lord Nityananda Ram. And there are various pastimes and various leelas which has been given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, explaining the pastimes of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And also in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it has been explained that the glories of Nityananda Prabhu have been explained. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he was born in a Brahmana family in the village of Ekachakra. This Ekachakra village is situated in West Bengal. His father's name was Hadai Pandit and mother's name was Padmavati. And he was one of the most wonderful child of the entire village. He had such beautiful and charming features. In every respect, he was just so beautiful. And he, in his childhood, he knew no other pleasure. No other pleasure but acting on the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He would gather his friends and throughout the day, throughout the entire day, they would simply pretend, they would simply, engage themselves in the dramas or in the pastimes. They act on the pastimes. One of the friends would pretend to become Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, in the form of cow, and another friend would pretend to become Lord Brahma. And then Bhumi Devi, she just go and plead in front of Brahma that I am getting suffered by the demons in the form of kings who are ruling me. They are causing me great difficulties. Please help me. And then Nitai, small Nitai, as a Lord Kshirodakshai Vishnu is promising all of them, I'm going to soon appear. All demigods go and appear in the dynasty of Yadu. And sometimes his friends, they would pretend to become pretend to be like Devaki and Vasudev. Devaki and Vasudev, and one of the friends would pretend to be a Kamsa, and how Kamsa is giving atrocities to the people in general. And sometimes a friend would become Putana, and another friend would become Aghasur, Bakasur, and all those pastimes. Lord Nityananda was very fond of organizing these beautiful dramas all day long. One day it happened that Lord Nityananda, he was playing or enacting in a drama where Lord Nityananda became Lakshmana, as he is already Lakshmana in Tattva also. So he became Lakshmana, and other friends were also enacting as different characteristics of that particular pastime of Ramayana. So, Ravana, he tried to kill Rama and Lakshmana, he got fainted with the strike of Ravana. And then the person who was Hanuman, a friend who was Hanuman, he wanted to go and bring the Sanjeevani, that herbal plant through which the life of Lakshmana can get revived. So that Hanumana, he was not playing his role properly, and then as he fainted, Nitai, as pretending as Lakshmana, he fainted. So it seemed like that there was no life here in his body. Everybody tried to wake him up, and there was no life in his body. And then his parents came, the entire village came. They started crying. Everybody started crying. Oh no, Nitai lost his life. Nitai, what is happening? Our Nitai, our dear Nitai just lost his life. And everybody was crying so much. And then nothing was working. Then somebody remembered, oh, we know how we are going to revive Nitai. Hanuman, come, go and bring the Sanjeevani mountain of the herbal plant, and that's how we are going to revive. And then Hanumanji, a person, a friend who was pretending to be Hanumanji, he just jumped and brought something. And the priest, a friend who was pretending to be priest, he tried to wake up Nitai, who was acting as Lakshmana, and then he woke up. And everybody was so happy and, hugged Nitai. And then they asked Nitai, you have never read Shastras. We don't know how you know all these pastimes of the Supreme Lord. And at that time, Nityananda Prabhu, he just, as a little child, he would laugh, and he said, they are my pastimes. So I know these are the pastimes of my previous incarnations. So I know. So he used to laugh and he just gave this. And everybody used to think he's a little child. He's just, making up stuff. Just like in Krishna Leela also, when Mother Yashoda used to tell the stories to Krishna, and Krishna used to say, yeah, I know, these are my own pastimes. And Mother Yashoda used to laugh very much. Similarly. So these were all the childhood pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. And one day in Ekar Chakra, when Nityananda Prabhu was just a child of 12-year-old, a sannyasi came to the house of Hadai Pandit. And Hadai Pandit, being very respectful to the sannyasi, he offered him very nice, palatable things, and he offered him the place to sleep. And the next day, when the sannyasi was leaving, he asked, Hadai Pandit asked sannyasi, how can I help you? How can I serve you? And the sannyasi said, I want a companion to be with me so that I can very smoothly go on my pilgrimage places. And then he said, I want your elder son, Nitai, to go with me, to come with me. And when Hadai Pandit heard this, he did not know what to do. It was like a sharp, flaming arrows, somebody is striking sharp, flaming arrows in the heart of Hadai Pandit. He did not know what to speak, how to speak. And he remembered the pastime of Dasharath Maharaj when Vishwamitra, he came to take Rama and Lakshmana from Dasharatha. He asked his wife, Padmavati, and then Padmavati said, whatever you decide, my dear husband, I am okay with that. And with tears in his eyes, Hadai Pandit just gave Nitai to that particular sannyasi. And as soon as Lord Nityananda, he left the house, Hadai Pandit, he fell down, unconscious, fainted. The sorrow, the sadness which was there in the heart of Hadai Pandit, leaving of sending Nityananda Nitai with that particular sannyasi was excessive, and he was not able to bear the separation. Nitai was such a loving, wonderful child. And Hadai, he was so much in pain of separation, but he was keeping his life here just because he was thinking that if I give my life here, if I leave my body like this, then my Nitai would not be happy. And he could not sleep, he could not eat anything. So this he just used to cry the entire day and night for the separation of Nitai. And on the other hand, Lord Nityananda, he started traveling across India. Almost all the pilgrimage places is covered. Gaya, Southern place, Mathura and Vrindavan. And Nityananda Prabhu also met with Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri, he understood that Nityananda Ram is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Madhavendra Puri and Nityananda Ram, they both shared so much of Krishna Katha together. And at last, Nityananda Prabhu got initiated from Madhavendra Puri. And now, Nityananda Prabhu, he was in Vrindavan. Nityananda Prabhu, he was residing, he was in Vrindavan. And one day he had a vision that his eternal brother, Lord Krishna, he appeared in Nirabhidyetāṁ. But at this point of time, he is a child, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is yet to manifest his pastime of Sankirtan movement. So Nityananda Prabhu, he waited. He waited for that. He waited for that particular moment when he can go to Navadip Dham to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that very moment came. And very moment came, and Nityananda Prabhu, he went to Navadip Dham, and he resided in Nandan Acharya's house. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got to know that my brother Balaram has come. And the next day, he asked his associates that go and find this exalted personality who is exactly like Balaram. They went and they searched all over the place, but they did not find anybody. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, follow me to Nandan Acharya's house. And there, for the first time, in this pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda Ram and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met with each other. And the tears of ecstatic love were flowing, and they were so happy to be with each other. So thus like that, with the help of or as an associate. So Nityananda Prabhu is the principal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there are several pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In chapter 5th of Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very profoundly explaining an incident which happened with himself, with the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, explaining the glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. He is explaining, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining then that once, one day, there was Kirtan festival or Kirtan going on in my house, in the house of Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. And at that particular time, a very dear servant of Nityananda Prabhu by the name Meena Keneta, what's his name? Meena Keneta. He came, Ramdas, is Meena Keneta Ramdas was his name. So he came and he started glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. So everybody understanding that Nityananda Prabhu is the Supreme Personality of God had started to bow down in front of Meena Ketana Ramdas. But there was one Brahman by the name Gunavera Mishra. He was worshipping the deity of Krishna at that particular time. And he did not, care about Ramdas' presence or the presence of the glories of the names of Nityananda Ram. And what he did, he just ignored completely. And then Ramadas got so angry. And he said, here I can see another Romaharshan Sutta. What is the story of Romaharshan Sutta? Balaramji, while he was on the pilgrimage, this story has been explained in Canto 10th, in chapter number 75 or 76. So Balaramji, while he was on the pilgrimage, so he also visited Nemisharanya. And at that time, the entire assembly of thousands of sages were going on. And the leader of the assembly was Romaharshana Sutta. Now, this Romaharshana Sutta was speaking from Bhagavatam, and Balaramji, he arrived in the assembly, and everybody stood to pay obeisances to Balaramji. But Romaharshana Sutta completely ignored Balaramji. Then Balaramji, he said that you are speaking from the scripture, and the main aim of scripture is to hear the glories of Bhagwan, is to hear the glories of Bhagwan. And not only that, the scripture is pointing towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now the Supreme Personality of Godhead is standing in front of you, and you are not paying obeisances to him. So you are puffed up with the Vedic knowledge. And Balaramji killed him with a grass, with a kusha grass, with a blade, with a strand of grass. So Meena Ketana Ramadasi said, here is another Romaharshan Sutta who is not understanding the position of Nityananda Prabhu. And he is not paying obeisances to the holy names of Nityananda Prabhu. So he got really very upset. And when Ramadas got very angry, so the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he also had a fight with Ramdas, Meena Ketana Ramdas, like that. And Ramdas, out of anger, he just left the place. And after this incident, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he rebuked his brother. He said, do you actually know that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are none other than Krishna and Balaram himself? Do you know that Lord Nityananda is not less of a Bhagwan? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. This is an offense which you have committed onto the servant of Nityananda Prabhu. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Gauranga, they are one body, but different complexions. Just like that, he started explaining. And at that very night, in the dreams of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu came. And Nityananda Prabhu was very happy with the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And he ordered Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to go to Vrindavan. And there you are going to fulfill your desire of self-realization. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, accepting the orders of Nityananda Prabhu, started residing in Vrindavan. And from there, from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got the motivation and got the request from other Vaishnavas to write the biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not only Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, but also Vrindavan Das Thakur got the inspiration of writing the biography of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is the one who gave his mercy to Raghunath Das Goswami. And that's how Raghunath Das Goswami came into the inner circle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is the one from whose mercy there is a path, or there is the access to the inner chambers of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful incarnation, but there is no way that anybody can reach to Bhagwan, or can anybody reach up to the Supreme Lord without the help of spiritual master. So Nityananda Ram is that very Guru Tattva. Nityananda Prabhu is that very merciful Guru Tattva, who is giving the access or the key to enter into the merciful realms of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Nityananda Prabhu, in his own pastimes, he has showed so much mercy over the most sinful of the devotee of the people in general. Jagai Madai, they are the one example. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to kill Jadai and Madai, but Nityananda Prabhu prayed to Lord Chaitanya. He said, no, this is not your Rama avatar or Krishna avatar where we are here to kill people. We are here to kill the sinful tendencies of the people by giving them the holy name. So please, my Lord, don't do that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you are my body. They hurt my body by hurting you. And Nityananda Prabhu said, this is the avatar where we are here with the weapon of holy name. And let's just give them the holy name, not just, take out their head with your Sudarshan Chakra, Bhagwan. So Nityananda Prabhu is most merciful. And Lord Nityananda Prabhu is the spiritual strength in the lives of the devotee, Balarama. Nityananda Prabhu, if we see Madhya Leela, there are so many pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu, where Nityananda Prabhu once even broke the sannyasa rod of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, showing the world that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Krishna, and being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he do not require any kind of rules and regulations from the scriptures or from this world. So if I go on talking about the pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu, they are Ananta, because he is Ananta, unlimited. He is Ananta, Nityananda. He is Nitya means always, Ananda means pleasure, who always give pleasure to the one who come and who surrender himself onto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram. Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has said that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they are like sun and moon who has risen in the Gauradesh. So when sun and moon, they rise, what happened? The darkness just go away. So in order to kill the darkness of the people of the Kali Yuga in general, Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Sri Gauranga, they appeared like sun and moon on the in the Gauradesh or in the West Bengal, and they are dissipating the ignorance which is there on the consciousness of the living entity. And these two lords are extremely, extremely merciful. Without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is not going to flow. And without the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no way that anybody can receive Prema Bhakti. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming as his avatara in the month of March. And today is the appearance day of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So it has been said that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present, always present in 4 places, as given to us by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present in 4 places, and one of the places where Lord Nityananda Prabhu is dancing. So if today our tongue have that, if on our tongue Lord Nityananda Prabhu dance, if we glorify Lord Nityananda Prabhu today, then definitely Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to bestow his causeless mercy on this bound living, conditioned living entity, and the door for the real liberation, the door for that rasa which we were talking about, that ananda is going to open forever for that living entity. So Nityananda Prabhu is no less than Balaram or no less than Krishna himself. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. And today we should be praying to Nityananda Prabhu so that he can bestow his causeless mercy on all the human, on all the every living entity, be it insect, birds, plants, trees, tigers, and chant the holy names of Hari. With this, I'm going to stop my presentation. I wish all of you a very, very happy appearance of Nityananda Prabhu. May Nityananda Ram bestow his mercy on all of us. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam as well as on the glories of Sri Nityananda Ram today. I feel very blessed to speak about Nityananda Ram today. And I want all of your blessings so that I can perform selfless devotional service in my own life. And anything you like from today's presentation, it's all the extracts from my Guru Maharaj's presentation, and also my seniors from whom I'm listening. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the previous acharyas, all glories to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Vrindavan Das Thakur, Lokanath Swami, all glories to all those personalities who have given us the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu in different literatures. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Madhavi, for a very, very, very nice lecture for both the Bhagavatam text today and also Lord Nityananda Prabhu, including so many of the associates of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Devotees, please accept, please unmute yourself if you want to ask a question or share something, experience from, our own life that connects with this, or if you, want to also talk about some takeaways that you got from this one, then please unmute yourself. And before you do, let me just announce, as Mataji has said, today very much is about Nityananda Prabhu, and we have a program at the temple that starts at 5:30 today. Very nice. Temple is already decorated. Yesterday, Matajis were there doing that. So please make it a point to come to the temple. Hare Krishna. So any questions or comments? We're almost at the top of the hour, but we can chime in some comments. If not, then Madhavi, thank you very much for giving a very nice in-depth class. And thank you, dear devotees. Again, reminder, there's a 5:30 program today on behalf of Lord Nityananda. Okay, so have a wonderful day and weekend. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you again, Hare Krishna.